Here we go then, the start of today's finals here at Circuit Park Berghem. We begin with Micromax, 8 drivers. Ryan Rampadarath leading, and we'll start from pole position. Nicky Naruhito Tomase will start second. Connor Hauff will start from P3. Bruce Chirino goes from position number 4. Row number 3, position 5, will be Jesse Moonen. He'll be joined by Dimitar Lazarov. Matthias Clever and then Noah Stihauder will round out the field. Stihauder, who is this year's leading rookie, having a post-race issue after the pre-final, finds himself starting down at the back. Now the pre-final was very wet. The circuit is now dry. The rain is staying away as we move into the late afternoon sunshine here at Berghem in the Netherlands, about 40 minutes away from the city of Eindhoven. And sort of south-central Holland or the Netherlands. And you can see the drivers working their way through turns 11 and 12, down to turn number 13. The championship so finely poised between Rampadarath and Tomasa. Tomasa will represent Team Netherlands in this year's Rotax Grand Finals. Rampadarath wants to be Dutch Rotax Micromax champion. He will have to wait a little bit longer before getting this race underway, as we have had a false start this race, as will all the finals. They will be 13 minutes plus a lap. What can Matthias Clever do from the back of the field? He retired from the pre-final in the very early stages. The Mean Green Machine, TB Karts, Matthias Clever. As you see, the both front row drivers there on the CRG category. There's the Haas, there's the TB Kart. A couple of Pragas as well from IPK Karting. Through turn number 10. The field being brought round very slowly. That sort of orange, black and white coloured kart, number 32. That's your pre-final winner, Ryan Rampadarath. Traditionally liveried CRG of number 25, Nicky Naruhito Tomas, is on the outside of row number 1. There you can see the number 78, the C4 Racing Praga IPK kart of Connor Hauff. Alongside the number 83 kart, Bruce Chirino, with the blue stripes on the predominantly red and black front. Then the Haas chassis. Jorn Haas, still the only driver, I believe, to win the World Karting Championship on a chassis he built himself. Lights go out, we go racing here at Berghem into turn number 1. It's a good start from both front row drivers, but your pole sitter, Ryan Rampadarath, leads down into turn number 14. It's the first time that these Micromax drivers would have taken to the track in race conditions on slick tyres. And already you sense that behind Rampadarath there is a plan forming between Tomasa and Haufer. They're signalling to each other, saying, okay, let's work together. Let's not fight and allow the leader to get away. Let's keep chasing there again. Tomasa giving a little one-finger signal, saying, okay, let's go, let's push on. And turns over his shoulder there again. Okay, come on, push me, push me. And Hauff replies by going, okay, I'll push you. But you better get closer to the leader. And they are indeed. Good driving. Now, this is where the slipstream effect will be in full display, because Tomasa and Hauff will close right in on Rampadarath going into turn number 1, as they do. Now, will Rampadarath start to defend? Yes, he does. It's very early to defend, and now Tomas almost gets at the inside on the run out of turn number 4, down towards the roundabout. And 3 carts go in. 3 carts come out nose to tail, with, in 4th position, Bruce Chirino having made a good start. Then Yesemunen, Noah Stihuda is up in the 6th position. Lazarov and Clever round out the rest of the field. The young driver, well, Mateusz Clever, based in Belgium, but Brazilian roots, has the Brazilian flag next to his name on that TB kart, as does Felipe Falk, one of the other drivers for the TB kart racing team here. But Rampadarath a little bit wide coming out to turn number 1, coming out to turn number 14 rather, and Naruhito Tomase goes around the outside of our race leader going through turn number 1. Fantastic move from Nicky Naruhito Tomasa to take the race lead around the outside of turn number 1. And now what can Rampadarath do to respond? There's action further back. Number 12 getting along, Noah Stihoda getting alongside Yesemunen. Yesemunen in the number 10 Haase kart. But now Rampadarath's got even more things to worry about, because there goes second place. Connor Hauff picks up the position, dropping Rampadarath back to P3. Do you know what? Bruce Chirino's not far back either, in 4th position. And from the back of the field, Noah Stihuda picking up ground as well. In fact, Stihuda up in the 6th position. The other driver on the Praga kart is Dimitar Lazarov in 5th position. And now Connor Hauff is looking for the race lead. Hauff came into today, and he's gone a little bit wide coming through the roundabout there, and that's going to open the door for Bruce Chirino. Coming into today, Connor Hauff was just 1 point behind Ryan Rampadarath. Lost a few more points to both Rampadarath and Tomasa in the pre-final. Now he's looking to gain those points back. However, Nicky Naruhito Tomasa pulling away at the front now. And Rampadarath, our pre-final winner, is down to P4. Chirino is there in third. Now, was that a little bit of steam I saw? Ooh, coming out of the top of Chirino's engine. That looks like a little bit of steam. I wonder if that is water escaping, and that could get expensive. There it is, the steam coming out of the top. He now notices it. That could be the sign of a very, very, very warm Rotax motor. Now, Rotax build these engines to withstand an awful lot of abuse, but no engine will stand the abuse once the water runs out of it, especially if it's water cooled. And Chirino is slowing down, and the problem is when the steam stops coming out of it. That normally means there's no more water, and then there's only hot metal. And then that's when it gets expensive. But Chirino is still out there. He's dropped back to 5th position. Noah Stihoda is right behind him in 6th place. And you just see, yeah, the radiator cap looks loose on Chirino's kart. It's the black cap on top of the radiator, and well, water doesn't, steam doesn't come out of a go-kart naturally. Let's just say that. And Chirino is losing speed. Now, he was very, very quick at the start. And now not so much as the water leaves behind. And of course, these Micromax engines, the organisers, Chrono Karting, they do an engine raffle. So Chrono Karting, they provide all the engines for Micromax and Minimax. And you have an engine lottery. And you've got to return the engine nice and cleanly. Ah, yes. There is Chirino into the pits, probably before that Micromax motor grenaded itself into many, many, many small, hot, metallic fragments. And game over, sadly, for Bruce Chirino. It means that the leading rookie in the race is now Noah Stihuda. Back at the front, however, here are your two leaders. Nicky Naruhito Tomasa in kart number 25 and the Praga kart of Connor Hauff. Connor Hauff worked well with Tomas at the start of this race. Tomas broke away briefly. Now Hauff has reeled him back in. I'm just looking. Yeah, well, in round number 5 of the championship, which was, let's have a little look as they go through the roundabout. Round 5 in Kerpen, Connor Hauff won both the pre-final and the final. Nicky Naruhito Tomas has won both the pre-final and the final in the most recent round, round number 6 of the championship at Landsgaard. The season opened in Genk and will finish in Genk. Berghem was the 2nd and the 7th round. Then 2 rounds at Landsgaard, one at Marienborg and the other in Kerpen. And the top 2, nose to tail, Rampadarath and Dimitar Lazarov. Nose to tail for 3rd position. Stihauda is 5th, Moonen is 6th, Clever is still out there in 7th position. Here we go. Here's the battle for the race lead. And Connor Hauff with the clear visor on his crash helmet. You could see his eyes open wide as he saw the inside line open up. He makes the move on championship leader Nicky Naruhito Tomasa on this lap number 8. We've got 4.5 minutes to go. A long time or potentially Nicky Naruhito Tomasa to respond. And as they continue to battle, Ryan Rampadarath and Dimitar Lazarov are closing in. The top 4 drivers start lap number 10, separated by 1.2 seconds. This is getting closer and closer and closer. Good work by Dimitar Lazarov and Ryan Rampadarath to not battle, to run nose to tail, to work with each other. And their tactics are working as we go through turns 7 and 8. Now into the technical complex at turns 9 and 10. Out of turn 10, up towards turn 11 now. They flick left, then they go right and left through turn 12, that fast chicane. Down to turn number 13, back on the power. Now, maintain as much speed as possible through the final corner, down the main start, finish straight. But despite Halfer and Thomas's best efforts, they have been caught. It's now a 4-kart battle for the race lead. Into turn number 4 we go on this lap number 11. 3 minutes remaining. It's Praga versus CRG versus CRG versus Praga at the front of the field. Connor Hauff looks over his shoulder, championship leader. Tomas doesn't have a little look there. Will he have a peek at the lead going into turn number 10? Yes, he will. Takes the lead. Connor Hauff tries to respond, but Nicky Naruhito Tomasa retakes top spot. And now Connor Hauff He's going to have one eye on attacking, another eye on defending, because Rampadarath and Lazarov are right there. 2 minutes to go, and the Micromax final has come down to a 4-driver shootout. Through turn number 1, 2 and 3 we go. They're a long way in front of everybody else. Now around turn number 4, up the back straight. And Hauff working with Naruhito Tomasa as best he can. Out of the roundabout. Into turn 6, 7 and 8. Number 78 car. Chasing down the number 25. Now, Nicky Tomasa defended going into turn number 10 there. That was a mistake, and he now has to defend and slows everybody down. So the little advantage he did get is now gone again, although because Conor Hauff had to get off the gas going through turns 11 and 12, Tomas has a bit of more advantage, and Hauff and Rampadarath and Lazarov need to work as a threesome now to close back in. And here comes Rampadarath to the inside, takes second position away from Conor Hauff. And if Hauff's not careful, he's going to lose third position to Dimitar Lazarov. Sometimes, though, attack is the best form of defence, and Hauff regains second position, but at the cost of track position for him, both him, Lazarov and Rampadarath, because suddenly, as the sun makes an appearance here at Berghem, and there's 45 seconds to go, championship leader Nicky Naruhito Tomasa has the biggest advantage that anybody has had all race. A gap of an astonishing 10 kart lengths. Now Hauff needs to be giving Rampadarath the signal saying, push me, slipstream with me to close this gap. 20 seconds to go. Next time around, they will get 2 laps to go. And it does look as though Rampadarath is not trying to pass Hauff, is trying to work with him if possible as they close back in on race leader Nicky Naruhito Tomasa. Dimitar Lazarov, who has been very consistent all year. He's had a couple of second place finishes, a couple of thirds, hasn't won a race in the Dutch Rotax Max Challenge yet this season. Will this be a day for him? They'll come across the line. They will see 2 laps to go. And still, Tomasa leads by half a second. Hauff and Rampadarath. Rampadarath has got the fastest lap of the race so far. Both he and Conor Hauff were 1/10 of a second faster than race leader Nicky Naruhito Tomasa last time around. Into the roundabout. Conor Hauff is going to catch him. There's no question about that. Dimitar Lazarov, at the worst possible time, is beginning to lose a bit of ground to the top 3. However, at some point these 3 are going to start battling side by side. That will slow them down and potentially give Lazarov a chance to steal a place on the podium. But the last lap board is being prepared for Tomas, for Hauff and Rampadarath. There it is. There they go. 14 corners, 1,300 metres left here at Circuit Park Berghem. And Tomas defends into turn number 4. Here comes Conor Hauff with the undercut. Great undercut from Conor Hauff. And Rampadarath is going to get Tomas as well. The championship leader went far too deep on the defensive going into turn number 4, and it's cost him the lead and potentially a second place. Here he comes back though on Rampadarath to take P2. Oh, Rampadarath over the grass, bouncing through the air. That's going to do it for him. It's now a head-to-head fight between Conor Hauff in the Praga and Ryan Rampadarath. And between Nicky and Naruhito Tomas. Out of the penultimate corner, Conor Hauff has done enough. He makes the move on the last lap. and takes the checkered flag. Victory for Conor Hauff. The championship is alive and well between the top three. Nikki Naruhito Tomas comes second. Pre-final winner Ryan Rampadarath is third. Dimitar Lazarov crosses the line in fourth position. Noah Stihoda is fifth. Jesse Moonen comes home in sixth. Matthias Clever finishes in seventh place. There is your full finishing order, provisionally of course in Micromax. Conor Hauff from Nikki Naruhito Tomas, Ryan Rampadarath, Dimitar Lazarov, Noah Stehauda, Yesha Moonen, Matthias Clever. Sadly, Bruce Chirino failed to finish, and that was Micromax.